Good evening and welcome to this edition of the Evening News for today, Saturday, May the 18th, 2024. I am Gerald Bryan. Thank you for tuning in. In the headlines, employment guaranteed as over 600 Guyanese register for welding certification. President Ali addresses issues affecting East Coast Demerara fisherfolk. West Bank Demerara teen dies after being stabbed multiple times. Porter falls from three-story building after receiving electric shocks. And educate young motorcyclists at home, NRSC urges. Now for the news in detail. Employment has been guaranteed for Guyanese participating in a new welding program being facilitated by the Guyana government through the School of the Nations and the Guyana Academy of Learning Goal Scholarship Initiative. This commitment was made by President Dr. Irfan Ali during the program's registration exercise held this morning. Trishelle Sobers has more in our lead story tonight.
In a bid to ensure that skilled Guyanese are gainfully employed and are benefiting from the country's exponential growth, the Guyana government invested in a welding program to help experienced and inexperienced individuals gain certification in the field of welding. While the initial stage of the program caters for 1,000 locals, a total of 650 persons from the various regions have already registered and are preparing for classes. Speaking at the registration exercise on Saturday, President Dr. Irfan Ali said the participants will be interacting with major companies in the oil and gas, natural resources, and infrastructure sectors, who are tasked with observing them throughout the certification and training period. This, he explained, will ensure that all the participants gain full and part-time employment and upgrade their welding skills to the highest level.
By the time you are completed with the program, every single person must be gainfully occupied, must be in employment, or must be in service in this field that you're training. That is the objective that we are doing this program with.
After this first batch of participants graduate, government will regionalize and expand the initiative to give individuals in remote areas a chance to be certified, given that the administration aims to train and certify some 3,000 Guyanese through the initiative. To this end, participants were encouraged to stay committed to their personal growth, support each other throughout the duration of the program, network, and utilize the opportunity to their advantage.
For some of you, it's going to be different. It's going to be confining your normal activity. It's going to be in a new environment. It's going to test you. But that is life. Life is about tests. We have to demonstrate to ourselves and prove to ourselves that we will overcome this test and we will get the certification at the end of this program.
Trishelle Sobers, Evening News.
President Dr. Irfan Ali this morning met with fisherfolk operating at the Ogle Outfall on the east coast of Demerara. During the engagement, the fisherfolk raised a number of concerns ranging from security issues to the state of the channels from which they are operating. The head of state committed to a number of interventions to address these and other concerns highlighted. Let's have a look.
$1 million. We have 2 boats here. Plenty boats. That's why we put the watchman in the night. The guys come from the port. I don't know where they're coming from. And Brad said the water. Feed them and bad, tie them up. Like water. Why we down here, we can't come in the machos. We can't come in back the machos. The machos channel, black off.
Alright, so we'll dredge Montrose, and this one we'll try to start sometime next week.
Thank you so much.
Let's say it's going to take 3 weeks. Yeah. 3 to 4 weeks. That will take a week to mobilize. We can finish dredging the Montrose and dredge here. Right? And that will resolve the dredging issue. And the road, this road here, we'll definitely have to fix it. So we will let's get Colin. I should invite to Colin. Colin, let them come and look at this. At least we should bring it up with some practical sorting.
No, the channel will have that part of fish below the frost. Because only that here, you start from this side, fish up here, and from here you fish frost.
But why we can't?
Well, the only thing is to create a flat over there.
Yeah.
On the other side.
Yeah, that's a good place. So right, let's put a step.
Yeah.
Anyhow, it's difficult to walk up the mud here. But if we do the ramp to come up, then I told you over there, then maybe you can pull it up all over.
Yeah, that would work.
We can pull it up the ramp. That's why I said do the ramp.
Right, another step.
Ahead of you. What you need is a ramp. Because if you build a ramp down, you can just wheel the boat up and then repair it over here, right? Good. So we do the ramp.
A 19-year-old male died in the hospital on Friday, one day after he was stabbed multiple times by a man with whom he had had several misunderstandings. Dead is Orlando Samaru of Lot 439, Bell West, West Bank, Demerara. He was attacked on Thursday afternoon at Bell West, Phase 2, by the suspect, a 31-year-old minor of Bell West housing scheme. Police reports revealed that the two men had had a past confrontation in which Samaru had allegedly beaten and robbed the 31-year-old suspect several weeks ago. From that point onward, they have had several misunderstandings. On Thursday, at about 1400 hours, Samaru was reportedly in the company of several men sitting under a bus shed in Bell West when the suspect, armed with a knife, approached him. The suspect immediately held on to the teenager's jersey and stabbed him several times in his abdomen before escaping. The injured teenager was rushed to the West Demerara Regional Hospital and was admitted as a patient before subsequently being transferred to the Georgetown Public Hospital, where he succumbed to his injuries at about 1000 hours on Friday. His body is currently at the GPAC mortuary, awaiting a post-mortem examination. According to the police, several persons were questioned in the area and useful information was gathered. They are now looking for the suspect as investigations continue. On Friday, the Criminal Procedure Bill 2023 was passed in the National Assembly, paving the way for more modern ways of prosecuting cases, including allowing for victim impact statements and plea bargaining. Here are the details. Rising to present the Criminal Procedure, Plea Discussion, Plea Agreement and Assistance Bill was Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs Anil Nandalal. The bill, which was passed on Friday in the National Assembly, was intended to replace the Criminal Procedure Act, Chapter 1009. Nandalal noted that the bill will make the justice system more efficient and cut down on the need, where it is unnecessary, for a full trial since plea agreements can be reached. This will expedite the pace at which the justice system works. The bill also caters for victims to provide impact statements, a staple in many countries.
Part 3 of the bill imposes a duty on the prosecution to inform the victim of his or her right to provide a victim impact statement. It requires a victim to provide a victim impact statement explaining the physical or emotional harm, financial loss, or other impact the offense has had on the victim. Additionally, this part allows for the particulars of the victim impact statement. Clause 14 is restrictive as it restricts the content of a victim impact statement. According to Clause 14, a victim impact statement shall not include a restatement of the offense, as that's obviously not necessary, criticism about the accused person, that's not necessary, or the victim's opinion about the type or severity of the sentence to be imposed. That is not the prerogative of the victim.
Nandalal detailed other parts of the bill, such as Clause 15 that allows relatives of the victims to give statements on their behalf. Additionally, businesses that have suffered a crime at the hands of the accused can also give impact statements. Members of the opposition, such as Alliance for Change Member of Parliament Cameron Ramjatan, did raise some objections to the notion of plea bargaining. Among his contentions was that the option of plea bargaining can be a disincentive for investigating police to do their jobs in a thorough manner. The bill, which is divided into 5 parts and contains 38 clauses and 1 schedule, was nevertheless passed in the National Assembly. Jarrell Bryan, The Evening News. Coming up on the other side of the break, Porter falls from 3-story building after receiving electric shocks. Please stay tuned.
What flavors does Oreo have around the world?
Oreo peanut butter.
Let me see. Oreo cajeta.
Here comes Oreo around the world, the promo that takes you on a family trip to taste the Oreo flavors available in Paris, New York, Mexico, or Rome. Register your packages at OreoPromo.com.
Looking to bring your dream home to reality? Or simply taking on a home improvement project? Then National Hardware Limited is where you should start. Let us put that touch to your home. Choose from over 1,000 Berger Paint original hues for any surface. We are known for our trusted brands such as Westinghouse, Philips, Sadco, Rubbermaid, Pyrex, Gibson Home, and so much more. National Hardware Limited, your do-it-best store. Located in downtown Georgetown and industrial site Rhymeville. An employment opportunity exists at one of the largest media houses in Guyana for a reporter. Applicants must have strong command of the English language, no less than a grade 2 in English A at the Caribbean Examinations Council or its equivalent, computer literacy including proficiency in Microsoft Office, highly motivated self-starter, at least 1 year experience, salary commensurate with qualifications and experience. Only shortlisted candidates will be contacted. Closing date for the receipt of applications is May 31, 2024. Send applications to the General Manager, Times Media Group, Queens Atlantic Industrial Estate, Industrial Site Rhymeville, Georgetown, or email applications to hr@guyanatimesgy.com.
What flavors does Oreo have around the world?
Oreo peanut butter.
Let me see. Oreo cajeta.
Here comes Oreo around the world, the promo that takes you on a family trip to taste the Oreo flavors available in Paris, New York, Mexico, or Rome. Register your packages at oreopromo.com.
Welcome back. You're watching the evening news. A porter died on Friday morning after being electrocuted and falling from a 3-story building on Norton Street in Georgetown. Dead is Brian Hardal of Lot 82 South Haslington, Tarmac Road, East Coast Demerara, and of Covent Garden, East Bank Demerara. Hardal was at the time moving a metal gutter to the top of the building when he came into contact with a Guyana Power and Light live wire. The contact caused Hardal to be thrown off the top of the 3-story building, and he landed on a pile of concrete blocks stored outside the yard. Emergency medical technicians were immediately summoned, and Hardal was rushed to the Georgetown Public Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Reports indicate that Hardal was not wearing any safety gear at the time of the incident. As motorcycle ownership among young people continues to rise, so too does the concern for their safety on the roads. This has prompted the National Road Safety Council to emphasize the crucial role that elders must play in educating young motorcyclists before they hit the road. Luana McAllister joins us with more.
In a heartfelt appeal, Chairman of the National Road Safety Council, Earl Lambert, has called on elders in homes to educate young motorcyclists on safe practices on the roadways. According to Lambert, family members bear the primary responsibility for instilling safe driving habits in their young ones, as they are the ones who will face the devastating consequences if tragedy strikes.
Those elders at home who know that the younger ones have motorcycles, they have to keep talking to them. They have to keep preaching to them to ensure that when they go on the road, they do not allow their testosterone level to rise to the extent that they feel they can be Superman. Because then you will end up burying them. You will end up mourning not just for the time but forever. Because when you lose them so young, it means that you keep remembering them. So we are saying that you must always talk to them and let them know that they have to ride at a certain pace so that they will not be endangering themselves and others on the road.
The National Road Safety Council chairman's comment come in the wake of rising concerns over motorcycle accidents involving young riders. Police statistics indicate that a substantial proportion of road fatalities include motorcyclists, many of whom are in their teens or early 20s. To this end, Lambert urged elders to take an active role in educating young riders on the importance of road safety. This includes wearing helmets, adhering to speed limits, and understanding traffic rules.
It is better to talk to them when they're alive than to mourn them when they die. People keep saying that parents don't bury their children, but in this day and age you see parents burying their children. They do not have no control over them, and they buy these bikes, and they do all sorts of unfortunate things on the road. This morning I was coming from Mahika. There was one on the pants, like, with a, by the time I heard the song and I look in my mirror, he was in and out of the traffic without a helmet. And I don't know if parents don't, or elders don't really have any control over these things. But just to see when you turn up or you see the funeral, you see a big set of mourning and weeping and gnashing of teeth.
He also called for a collaborative effort involving schools, community organizations, and government agencies to reinforce these safety messages. The National Road Safety Council, along with the Guyana Police Force, have recently launched several initiatives aimed at reducing road accidents and fatalities, particularly focusing on young motorcyclists. These initiatives include awareness campaigns, safety workshops, and the introduction of stricter regulations for motorcycle riders. Lawanda McAllister for the Evening News.
The Guyana government is currently in the process of procuring modern equipment to outfit some 6 new technical and vocational education training TVET centers which were recently constructed. This was disclosed earlier in the week during a press conference held by the Education Ministry. Trishelle Sobers has the details.
The Technical and Vocational Education Training Centers, which were built in Mabaruma Region 1, Fellowship in Region 3, Betterfawacting in Region 4, Hopetown in Region 5, Bartica in Region 7, and St. Ignatius in Region 9 are part of efforts to expand skills training locally and help fill the skills gap in the current job market. According to Education Minister Priya Manikchand, when completed, Guyanese in the respective regions will be able to access courses in various areas, including agriculture science, furniture making, electrical installation, heavy-duty equipment operation, welding and fabrication, and plumbing, among others. She explained that government's primary goal is to develop the local workforce and build human capacity through the enhancement of education to promote sustainable economic diversification in Guyana.
You're also going to see a robust TVET intervention. You would know that in the country right now, it's the skills that are needed, the heavy-duty operators, the masons, the people who are being hired by the construction industry, where they're earning sensibly and adequately to look after families.
Further, the Education Minister added that technical and vocational education and training is crucial for the development of the world's economy, noting that it is especially important for developing countries such as Guyana, so that it can prepare for the skills demand in the 21st century. In fact, she noted that TVET is considered a driving force for sustainable development, as it focuses on work-based learning and promotes self-employment, and thus contributes to the development of nations. Trishelle Sobers, Evening News.
The Guyana government on Tuesday disclosed plans to establish a leadership academy to upskill teachers, particularly principals and heads of departments. According to Education Minister Priya Manikchand, the requirements for the initial stages of development for the academy has commenced. Here's Trishelle Sobers again with more.
According to the Education Ministry, the Academy will help principals better manage both administrative and teaching staff, work to uphold curriculum quality, and define school values. Additionally, the initiative will aid in schools becoming effective incubators of learning, places where students are not only educated but challenged, nurtured, and encouraged daily. Education Minister Priya Manikchand said government's primary goal is to ensure that school leaders are engaged in continuous professional development as it moves to deliver a high-quality education across Guyana.
And one of the things we promised in the manifesto was better supervision and monitoring, better monitoring and evaluation. And one of the things we promised in our 5-year plan was more efficiency in the system. In every other profession, you have mandatory continuous professional development. In the health sector, it's called CMEs, continuing medical education. In law, it's continuing courses. And so in education, we believe it's absolutely necessary.
Manikchand added that the academy, while conceptualized to upskill principals, will also aid in the equipping of prospective school leaders by ensuring they are continuously trained for the role. In the meantime, teachers will continue to be retrained through various avenues.
We have engaged in continuous professional development for teachers. It's such a popular program where we have teachers continuously trained in the hope that they will develop their skills and methodology, and that will translate into our children's quality education. That we have persons fighting to go on the program, so we have to expand that program even more now.
Trishelle Sobers, Evening News.
And now for a look at the bridge reports.
The Demerara Harbour Bridge will be closed to vehicular traffic on Sunday, May 19, 2024 at 2:30 hours for a period of 1.5 hours. Meanwhile, the Berbice River Bridge is expected to be closed at 13:40 hours on Sunday, May 19, 2024, also for a period of 1.5 hours.
Wendy's women to tour Sri Lanka in June. This and more coming up in the Sportscast, sponsored by McCorb.
What flavors does Oreo have around the world?
Oreo peanut butter.
Let me see. Oreo cajeta.
Here comes Oreo around the world, the promo that takes you on a family trip to taste the Oreo flavors available in Paris, New York, Mexico, or Rome. Register your packages at oreopromo.com.
Miners, welders, and contractors. Have broken parts caused you tremendous downtime? Do you need an extra heavy-duty, dependable welding machine that will get the toughest jobs done and can also double as a generator to power all of your tools? Well, your #1 industrial solutions provider Sylvies has you covered. We currently have in stock the Hobart Champion Elite Arc Welder and Generator. This capable electric start generator produces up to 11,000 watts of AC power to run tools, work lights, or backup power during an outage. It can simultaneously deliver 150 amps weld output and 8,000 watts of generator power and can run up to 14 hours on one 12-gallon tank of gas. This portable generator handles mild steel, stainless steel, and cast iron with a maximum thickness of ½ inch in a single pass. So what are you waiting for? If you can't make it to our 31 High and Hatfield Streets Georgetown location, we can deliver. Give us a call on 227-6226 or WhatsApp us on 623-7755 or visit our website sylviesonline.com. Sylvies Industrial Solution, proudly serving Guyana for over 4 decades.
An employment opportunity exists at Times Media Group for a studio operator. Applicants must have passes in 5 CSEC subjects, including grade 1 to 3 in math and English. Must have at least 1 year experience in television production. Must be a team player and mature. Experience in video editing and graphic design will be an asset. Salary will be commensurate with qualifications and experience. Only shortlisted candidates will be contacted. Closing date for the receipt of applications is May 31, 2024. Send applications to the General Manager, Times Media Group, Queen's Atlantic Industrial Estate, Industrial Site Royanville, Georgetown, or email applications to hr@GuyanaTimesGY.com.
What flavors does Oreo have around the world?
Oreo peanut butter.
Let me see. Oreo cajeta.
Here comes Oreo around the world, the promo that takes you on a family trip to taste the Oreo flavors available in Paris, New York, Mexico, or Rome. Register your packages at oreopromo.com.